So we are live. Steve, go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your business, and then what we're accomplishing in today's call.
Okay, so my name is Steve Moreland. I'm Director of Publishing at Success Publishing. We also have a second company that I'm actually starting up called Federal Defense Advisory that consults mostly with defense attorneys working with individuals that have been indicted in a legal capacity from my background as a paralegal and so forth. So really what we're doing is trying to figure out how do we incorporate Dubb as what I call the tip of the spear as we're reaching out to individuals that are in the cold market, whether either one of our companies. And what we have basically right here is a kind of a layout of how we come through an organic environment, create Google alerts, find the individuals, find the data that we're connecting to them, whether they're LinkedIn or on an email from a business standpoint. And then from there, that's where we want to reach out with the Dubb platform. And I've been using Dubb now for, I guess the last 6 months with incredible success, using videos for every single person that I actually send out to. I send them at least a 2-minute introduction, and then I use the call to action buttons underneath there to flag them that there's additional content that they need to do before we get on an interview or a strategy call or whatever. And so what I'm really trying to figure out from Darius' standpoint of what is best practices that we could actually take to get the Gmail going out to each individual? Is there a way to speed up the process? I know there's actually a button that's in the Gmail system. Yep. Mine's not working correctly, so there's something wrong with the way I'm putting it on my Chrome platform. So I'm sure there's an easy fix for that. Yep. And then what is the best practices to connect to individuals in LinkedIn? Because that environment has been really beat up with people using that platform, not incorrectly, but just really burn out a lot of people on trying to connect to a lot. And I know that individuals getting a video that they would really love that and be interested in, that would cause a what would you call a better reaction. So what I'm looking for is not to reinvent the wheel, but to find out what's already working inside the Dubb environment. And I just want to figure out how I can use that and then put some horsepower behind it and do some good stuff.
Awesome, man. Thank you for that. Okay, so a couple of things we got. We'll go ahead and cover all of them. One is we'll save for the end. You got a little Gmail bug. It sounds like we'll make sure that button's working for you. Also, optimization for within Gmail. We'll cover both of those at the same time. Make sure that workflow is covered. Okay. And now, before that was landing page optimization. And we want to make sure all the CTAs, the playlist, branding, all that stuff on the Dubb video page is optimized for what we're trying to accomplish for each business. We'll talk about that. And then LinkedIn outreach, best practices for cold outreach on LinkedIn. Sure. Let's go ahead and start in that reverse order here. So we'll start with LinkedIn. Okay. So first, tell me a little bit about your outreach on LinkedIn. Is this on a one-to-one basis? Is this one-to-many? What does that look like first?
No, it's going to be a one-to-one basis. So we actually know who the target prospect is. They don't know us. They have a high level of need for what we can supply, which is experienced life coaching that works in that particular risk environment. So we need to be able to reach out to them to grab their attention in a unique way. And Dubb Video, in my opinion, is the best thing that's out there.
Perfect. All right, so let's jump right into best strategies for LinkedIn. I'm going to share my screen with you here. Okay, so what has been working much better on LinkedIn is, especially in the custom sense, is we actually create the video. It starts on their LinkedIn profile. So say, for example, if I wanted to prospect Nick here, I would use the Dubb Chrome extension to create a recording right here on his page. So I would make sure my webcam's turned on, hit record, and then now when I create this recording, the first part of this video is just really short. It's very punchy. It's compelling. And it's just saying, hey, Nick, I was reaching out to you for a couple of things. I saw we both went to University of Phoenix, or I saw we both know Michael Fitzgerald and Jordan. Whatever the reason is, we want to make this first part of the video custom for a couple of reasons. One is, when we're using Dubb, we're getting these thumbnails of the video. So if we're sending them through LinkedIn, it's showing up as a still thumbnail like this. And if we're sending it through email, we know it's that animated GIF.
Okay.
So what we want, what's the most interesting thing when we're trying to break through the noise, when we're trying to get somebody's attention, the most interesting thing is going to be something of theirs. It's not going to be our face or even something of ours because they don't yet know who we are because it's cold. So here's what that video looks like. I did an example of this earlier. So when they open this message up, whether it's through email or through text, video for Nick. So if I'm sending this video through email, this is what he's going to see on his end. He's going to see his LinkedIn profile and his name on this video. So he's going to be much more likely to at least click on this than he would be to, click on my face. He's like, I don't know this guy. I don't want to watch his video. The other thing here is this timestamp. This is something to be aware of. So if, this timestamp has, a 3-5 minute, something longer, the longer this timestamp, the less likely somebody would be to click. Like, I don't want to watch a 10-minute video. So we want to be really respectful of their time and attention here. And what we can do is the first part of the video where we're reaching out to someone like this here, what customization do we actually have to include there? Their name, maybe some other additional information like, hey, like I said, we went to the same school, we had mutual connections, or maybe there's some other specific reason you have with them or their company. But really, like I said, how much custom information is in that? It's probably very little, unless you had some previous relationship with this person, you're going to nostalgia from when you were in high school together, something like that. That's a different story. But for the most part, these first videos are going to be really brief. Hey, Nick, I'm reaching out to you for X, 15, 30 seconds. And that way the timestamp's really short. And then what we want to do is hit them with the most compelling statement we can there. So not give away all the bells and whistles and tell them everything we can possibly do, but just give them like the MVP statement of what we can expect from, working with our company. That's kind of what we would do in that first video. So there's multiple reasons for that. One is the personalization of the thumbnail. You're already doing custom outreach. We might as well have that thumbnail be of them. The two is the timestamp. We want that guy to be short. Right. And what we can do is look at this video page here. We're leveraging that playlist. So the first video is very brief, but it's powerful. You hit them with the most compelling statement you can. So for me, I offer this free consultation. Here, we're going to help you with a free consultation somewhere along here. Click the button below so I can set you up with a highly customized plan for free. So that's our kind of irresistible offer. For you, it might be something different, but that's the idea, is we want to hit them with something really compelling. And then at the end of that, it's automatically going to segue into, hey, I'm Ruben, that pre-recorded content where the bulk of what you have to say is the same. And so that we can make 15, 20, 30 custom videos in a matter of 15 minutes versus if we, recorded all in one take, that 2 or 3 minute explainer type video along with the, hey, first name, I wanted to reach out to you, that's going to take way, way longer. So each of those videos is 2 or 3 minutes. Maybe you have to do one or more takes. So it ends up, efficiency wise, it ends up taking much, much longer to create those, fully custom 2 or 3 minute videos each. When we can really get this, probably the same level of customization and efficiency. The other thing is we can add production value to the second video. So if we have an explainer video, we have a learn more video where, we're going into the specifics about the offer. Like I said, look at ours here. We have some production value, some infographics or some animations and things like that. Where this first video is an example of what you would shoot with just your webcam, your screen recorder, your cell phone, something more basic. And that's the custom part. Because that's what we want, that's how we break through the noise, is showing these people that, look, we made something customized just for you. We have done our homework. We're reaching out specifically to you. We're not blasting people. And we want that impression, and that's what's going to give it here in that first video. And then the second one is the bulk of the message. So we don't have to repeat ourselves for 2 or 3 minutes every time we create a video. The other thing that we want to put on here is things like social proof, testimonial, case study, things like that. What do you guys currently have for that?
Well, in our publishing company, we've got a ton of clients that have already become authors with us, and we've actually done a lot of the individuals where they have actually left their own video. So we use some of those, but then we've actually put together kind of a montage of a number of them together. Yeah, that montage should go right here then. So the only thing that is not automatic, because I'm sure if you kind of there's default settings, so we can set up all these CTAs, background colors, all that stuff as a template, so that if I hit record, it builds this whole page automatically. The only thing that is not part of the template currently is the playlist. So, for example, here is a video that I just recorded earlier on my last call as an example, both of these. So I didn't do anything. I just hit record, and you'll see that the page is mostly built already. So like the background, the logo, the call to action buttons, it's all there. The only thing that isn't there is the playlist. So what I would do is after I record that video, when you create a recording, it takes you here to this page. And you would add the playlist at that last minute, where you would add maybe that explainer video and or the testimonial montage you have. So we still have to do a click there, but everything else is templated. So boom, that should happen very fast.
Yeah. Everything else will be templated. The only thing you would add at the last minute here would be the playlist.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So we're almost most of the way there, where we're talking about a couple of things. Let me pull up my other video page here. Okay. So, and actually, let me pull up yours on my end. Just let's see what you have here in terms of things done already. Well, actually, this isn't your account. You're on a paid one, aren't you?
I have two of them. Yeah, I think that one there might be.
This looks like an expired free trial one. Which one is the paid one? I want to go to that one.
Success Publishing.
Okay. That way. This one here, the Gmail one.
Yeah, it should be.
That's a federal advisor. Okay, so it's this one. Okay. Okay, cool. So you got the logo in there. Maybe the logo's a little small because on the video page, just want to show you what that looks like here. So when we do a preview,
it actually comes up perfectly in the top corner. So yeah, it's actually just perfect.
Here it's really good. And actually, it's not so terrible on the video page. It could just be a little tiny bit bigger, but the fact that it's perfect here, I think, makes up for that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So everything looks good. Email signature set up perfectly. So the only thing that we could add on to this, I mean, because the logo is black and white, the white theme here on the page does actually fit with it pretty well. But if you wanted to add any other additional, kind of theme there, it's really easy to do. Just come into design and search for a theme here. So you can say,
okay,
I don't know if publishing will have any good images for it, but maybe it does. Yeah. So you can use a stock photo. It just kind of throws a little thing back there. Let me just grab one so you can kind of see what it looks like. I'll just use that one for now. So you see if I click it, it puts a blue frame around it. It says saved. So that's done automatically. Now, if I refresh this page here, you'll see where it shows up.
Nice. Okay.
It's taking a second to load, though, which is kind of weird. Maybe because I'm streaming. But yeah, so that's where it's going to show up there in the background.
Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah. I'm kind of like everything that I've learned so far has been real simple and functional.
Yeah.
And then to get it customized outside of that, I'm like, I don't want to break what's working so well, so I don't touch anything else. That's just me.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, all the things here too is just to do it once and then forget it, just like you've been doing. So we find a theme you like, find a background. You can upload your own custom images as well. It just has to be 1280 by 720. So once those are done, you can set a default, and then moving forward, you never have to worry about it again.
Got it.
Okay. So the other thing, as I mentioned, is that the CTAs. So let's see if you have any default ones set up yet.
Oh, I got tons of them.
Okay, but do we have any? We don't have any as defaults though.
Oh no, because every one of them is more custom for me. I've never chosen a default.
Got it. Okay, well then for your particular workflow, it sounds like you got that under control. But you are aware that if you do have some, for one example, a button going to the social proof stories could be really effective as well. So you see here we can have one as a playlist, and then we also have a button that goes to those success stories. And this can be swapped out. So sometimes it's a case study. Like if I'm reaching out to enterprise customers, this button's a case study. If it's just generic, our regular, small business owners, then this button works well because it's small business owners.
So now, do you have a template that I could choose as a template that would have default CTAs built into it like that?
Well, right now we have what's called like one template at a time. Forthcoming, we're going to have multiple templates available very soon. Right now, anything that has this default checkbox, that's going to be the template. So if I have the CTA color set as default, and I have the player color set as default, a background image set as default, and then my CTAs as a default, that's technically my template. I can only have one template at a time, but we will be having multiple template options coming very shortly.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's the only reason why I haven't chosen them right now, because every one of mine, I'm always thinking about which customer I'm dealing with. And some of my videos are going out ahead of our call. Other ones are going out after the call. So I know which ones of them. And then during our call, I find out what's important. And then I use those other CTAs. You can see I got about 20 of them on there.
Yeah, I saw that. No, exactly. Yeah. So the system you got is actually absolutely working well. Like I said, some people it's more. So you're really getting the most out of the platform and the most out of video with that human personalized element. I mean, it's really got the personalized touch on every message, and that's awesome. Some people, like if you're using it in automations, like sequences, we're not able to get that level of personalization, and that's sometimes where the template can be maybe a little bit more convenient. just like, so for me, for example, we have a lot of inbound leads. So I reuse this particular page a lot because it's, for every inbound lead, I'm not able to create a custom video for them. But this one does the majority of what we need it to. It has that booking, social proof, learn more, top of funnel, all the above.
Sure.
Okay, so now we were talking about a couple of things here for, we covered the LinkedIn outreach. So we talked about having custom thumbnails. That's probably going to give you the best click rate so that it's their stuff on the thumbnail image. If we're already creating the custom video, we might as well start it on their asset. So that is to get the best clicks on LinkedIn.
So when I'm using that for LinkedIn, it'd be a still image. Can I do I have to grab a separate one when I push it out through my Gmail so that I have the animated GIF on it?
No. So if you're creating the recording here on LinkedIn, you're using the Chrome extension, it will be in your library with the GIF available. So for example, here is that video I recorded of Nick right here. So I can either click on it or I can just click copy link and thumbnail, and then it's going to be that GIF just like this here.
Got it.
Yeah. So the GIF's available for you. So if you're sending it through email, it will be the GIF. If you're sending it through LinkedIn, it will show up as a still thumbnail. But again, it's still going to be his still thumbnail versus our face.
Right.
And as I did mention, I do recommend multi-channel outreach. I don't recommend sending the same video through both channels because then it's kind of annoying. You're just sending the same message. So like, for example, I send one and say, hey, did you know you can send video through LinkedIn? And then on the email, I say, hey, this is what a video looks like in an email. So for me, it's kind of easier to differentiate messages between platforms. But for you guys, maybe it'll be slightly different. But the idea is hit them on both channels. So we're getting in front of them on more than one channel, but we're also providing value or education or something helpful. We're not just saying, hey, we need to sell you something. So
are you using the on LinkedIn? Are you using that in the opening where you're trying to get the connection to make?
Both. So actually, for the connection request, I use a generic video. That's actually the one you saw there. This is a generic video that I send to every LinkedIn through a connection request. So when I hit connect, add a note, there's a Dubb button there, and I drop in that same LinkedIn video that I have. So
but you could also use a custom there as well.
You can. I don't recommend doing custom ones for the connection request though, because the play rate is only about 50% on these guys for approvals. For some reason, some people, they just click connect and they never go and check that message, that whatever you sent in the connection request. So I would say don't trouble yourself creating custom ones for connections. I would use a generic one in the connection request. Once they've connected though, is when you would want to use a custom one.
Ah, got it. Okay, cool.
Okay, so LinkedIn outreach we've covered. Landing page customization, we also tied into that. So the idea of having these pages set up for the specific audience we're reaching out for, and then also kind of a sales funnel built in. So bottom of funnel, what we really want them to do, book, make a purchase, etc. Middle of funnel, so like social proof, testimonials, case studies. You guys have a nice video to add on there. Maybe a button that goes to a section of the website with more of those stories or written ones, whatever other form you have. Social proof's huge though, so the more of it, it can't hurt.
Sure.
And then top of funnel resources, so like a white page or register for a webinar, whatever you guys have there. Always recommend something for that. Okay. So lastly, I think we're going to talk about Gmail workflows here. So I'm going to show the workflow optimization, and then we're going to make sure your button's working for you.
Okay.
So if we're in Gmail, the easiest way to do this, unless we need to create a screen recording, we'd have to use the extension. But if it's just a webcam only video or existing content, I always recommend to just use the extension. I use this thing more often than anything else because it's pre-recorded content's a lot of what we deal with. So live, you could search for them by name.
Sure.
I usually recommend to keep things organized with tags. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, I'm understanding. I saw a video that you did just like a week or so ago and I've got so much content in there now. I need to start using tags to organize it, but I hadn't started off originally. So yeah, good idea.
Yeah. I when I first started, I didn't do that as well. And then moving forward, I realized, okay, I need certain things in certain places quickly. So
sure.
All right. And then you can also, as I mentioned, record, but that's only for webcam only videos here in Gmail. So if we need to do screen recordings, which as I mentioned, if we're doing custom ones, we're trying to break through the noise, we want to be doing that on something of theirs. So hit a screen recording, whether it's their website, their LinkedIn, something personal of theirs that they're going to recognize.
Sure.
Okay. So there is the workflow for Gmail is, insert existing stuff,
Yep.
record here when you need to. But if it's a screen recording, hit the Chrome extension, and then it'll be available right there in your list of videos. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make sure your button is working. So I'm going to jump back into StreamYard. I'm going to stop my share, and then you're on your computer this time, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And you see the share screen button.
Okay.
Okay. Hit share screen, and then screen one or desktop one, whatever that first option is, and then hit share again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that should do it right there.
Okay, so let me maximize this. All right, now go ahead and click on the Dubb Chrome extension in the top right corner you have. I want to make sure that one's turned on and logged in and everything.
Mm-hmm. That one's working right.
No. Up in the top right corner, you have your Dubb Chrome extension, that little D. I need you to click on it for me.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I'm not seeing it. That's weird. What happens if you click your profile picture there in the top right corner, the little headshot you have? If you click it, does it open up your menu or?
Yeah. Can you see this?
No, this is so weird. I'm actually not seeing.
Hang on a second. Let me go back. Let me go back to the. Maybe I clicked the wrong thing when I went to the stop screen. Hang on.
Yeah, exactly. Try one more time. Do a different screen. So,
okay. Screen share.
And I usually just recommend the first option, whatever it's either screen one or desktop, or you're on a PC or a Mac.
PC.
Okay, so I think
it's not giving me any options. It's just saying share screen, and it says don't show me these tips again. Okay, so I hit share screen, and then it's.
Does it say screen one, or does it have multiple?
Yeah, I see screen one and screen two.
Okay. Which one are you using?
Okay, I'm on screen two there. How about that? Is that better?
Okay, yeah. Now go ahead and click on the Dubb Chrome extension.
Okay. Can you see it? Yep, there it is.
Yep. Okay, looks good. We're logged in. Grab the right stuff by default. Perfect. Okay, now go ahead and open up a Gmail.
Okay. Let's see.
Here in this browser. Yeah, just open a new tab. And pop open Gmail. There's a button. There you go. All right. Now hit compose. All right, it's right down there. See the little D?
Mm-hmm.
And give it a click. Okay, so there's existing stuff, and you got the record option there.
I've done this one before, and
okay, there we go. All right, so one thing here. Let me make sure. Go ahead and click where it says the settings option right there, that cogwheel. And then click where it says webcam.
It won't let me do anything.
Okay, let me think here.
Is that because I'm using it right now?
Yeah, so you only have one webcam on the computer, right?
Yep.
Okay. If you try to change a different resolution, does it allow you to change to a different resolution?
Drop down to what?
Maybe try the very bottom one. I just want to see if any of them work. Okay, so that one allows you to record.
Okay. Cool.
But that's not ideal. We wouldn't want to have to do this each time manually. That's obviously not a great workflow here. All right, go ahead and close this and click on it again. I want to see if it just does the same thing to you. Hit record. Okay. All right.
Okay. Defaulted.
Okay, so I think we're okay now. It's not the best resolution, but I think that's the only one that's going to work for this module. So.
Okay. So if I'm using that one, that's the one that I should just go with that now that we've reset it. That's the problem. And here's the weird thing. And when I put on the new Logitech, which is an external camera, before when I was using the laptop version, I don't know what the resolution was there. I'm thinking it's 720.
Yeah.
It automatically had that one, but of course it's a laptop angle, so it's wrong.
Yeah.
When I got the better 1080p Logitech, then this problem popped up.
Yeah, because exactly. So the extension you have, I noticed it's grabbing the Logitech camera by default, which is what we want.
Right.
Because I think you're doing most of your videos through the Chrome extension, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. So then that's we don't want to mess with that guy. The other thing is that the Gmail add-on, it's going to try to grab whatever default camera is, which is your webcam. So we had to manually select the different resolution there.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now the Gmail add-on and the Chrome extension, they communicate with each other, but there's some settings to where whatever you selected in your Chrome extension, we want that to be remembered there. And whatever you selected in your Gmail, we want that to be remembered there, because sometimes it's a different device you want to use. So just whatever you select in those, it'll remember it. That's why it's that different.
So right now, just for the default, it'll be a 360, but that's okay. It's still better than 0.
Yeah, in the Gmail add-on. We can also use the Chrome extension to do webcam only videos as well. So if we can't get a good resolution on the Gmail add-on, let me go ahead and show you real quick here. There is also the option here where I can just click that and then click webcam only. So, and that's going to open up a new tab, and that will be my full resolution of whatever I have on the Chrome extension.
Okay.
So there's another option. Like if you want to record a high-res webcam only video and the add-on in Gmail is not allowing you to do so, we can always do it through the extension as well.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. All right. Let's see. I think we covered most of what we set out to do, right?
Yeah. I think other than that is more of a technical stuff that I just need to connect you with our guy that's the web guy, because it has to do something with URL parameters and pass through information between our scheduler and our Kajabi platform, and making sure everything goes in the database, passes through the scheduler, but we want to use the Dubb video page.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The schedule once we were talking about that. So Ruben, actually, what he's going to do is he's building a deeper integration with Schedule Once, so that it's like a full embed. So let me kind of show you what I mean here. So this is actually an integration we have with a scheduling software called Book Like a Boss. So this is an embed code of theirs. So it'll be similar to this. Calendly and things like that, they work a little bit differently. But I know we can get this with Schedule Once, and we'll also have it with your main embed that he's shared with you.
Outstanding.
So both those options will be available, and this will definitely connect to your calendar. It'll tie in. It's just like your calendar through any other web browser. It's not going to be any different.
So it'll just pass through. So
yeah, information will automatically. It's like when they book a time here, it's going to sync right to your existing contact information.
Yeah. So the next thing I'm doing after this is figuring out how to do a question form that you have as integration as well. So that's the next thing I got to learn after that. So other than that, I mean, I'm super.
Yeah. Let me show you the form real quick, and then whenever you're ready for it, you'll kind of have a general idea. So the way we integrate with forms is through a CTA and just selecting the form type. And then you actually are using the URL from your external source. What would be hosting the form right now? Would it be a tool like Kajabi, I'm guessing?
We could, yeah, because that's exactly where we would set it up, because then that would be the easiest place that all the data would then.
Exactly. The data is already automatically synced to there. So like we use a lot of HubSpot forms, and we would embed the HubSpot forms. The only thing is forms and a calendar wouldn't be great on the same page, just because there'd be some overlap. So like if you have your calendar, it's probably going to show up priority. But then if you have a button for the form would show up down here below it.
Awesome.
So, I mean, it's still very possible. Just, we wouldn't stack them next to each other or something like that. So it would just be a cascading kind of style.
Got it. Yeah.
Cool.
So all I need to know after this is, when are you guys going to IPO so I can buy some stock?
Right. Nice, man. Yeah. We'll let you know. We'll keep you in tune.
Good stuff. This is incredible. The simplicity of how these things work together. We've seen anything else out there. And like I was telling you, Ruben, last night, I recommend this to all of our clients simply because I just think it's the most impressive tool. And video is exactly how everybody wants to communicate these days. And it makes it so simple. Someone like me, that you can see the gray hair, I'm not all that technically capable, and so if it makes it simple and easy, then I'm going to use it. And hey, I'm using this. I'm actually, next week I turn, is it 52, I think, something like that. And so I love this. This is good stuff, man.
Yeah. All right. See, I appreciate that testimonial there, buddy. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Whatever you need, boss, don't hesitate to reach out, email, chat, live call support, whatever you need.
Thanks, man. Always appreciate you.
Bye-bye.